Hi folks, it's Bill of the North, and I have here a desert water bag that I'm going to try and experiment with. How these work is you fill them with water. You're supposed to soak them first for 48 hours. The flax material swells up and it reduces the amount of water that leaks out. It will still leak though. And the idea is that the water that seeps through the material will evaporate and it cools the water on the inside. And it really works. It works very well. And on a very hot day, if you've just got a canteen of hot water, that's hydrating. Drinking this is a cool, refreshing drink. Now, you're supposed to soak the bag for 48 hours, but you don't always have 48 hours notice before you're going to go on a trip, or there may be a power outage or something like that, which always happens during the hottest part of the summer, right? If you wanted to have a desert water bag in readiness, you'd have to keep it damp all the time, and I think over time it would rot out, or you'd get some bacterial or microbial activity that you didn't want. So what's an alternative to that? Well, I started thinking, what if you freeze them? They're damp, you put them in the freezer, empty of course, and you freeze them. Well, then you just pull it out, and it only takes a minute or so to thaw when you fill it with water. The problem is, does freezing it damage the flax? Now I have two of these bags. Bag number one has gone into the freezer 4 or 5 times now, frozen and thawed out. This is bag number two, and it's just been hanging here. So I decided I'm going to compare the two and just see if the freezing might damage the material any. So this is bag number two, as I said, and that's about how much it's leaking now. Not a whole lot. This is bag number one, and it's been in the freezer several times. Still pretty hard. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it up. It only takes about a minute to thaw out. I'm going to fill it up, fill up the other one, and we will compare the drip rates. So both of these water bags were filled to approximately the same level, and they've both been dripping now for a good 45 minutes, and it appears that they've both stabilized, and about the same amount of water has leaked out. So it appears that freezing the flax bag, empty of course, but damp, does not harm it. That may be a good way to store it for long term and make it available at short notice.